Hey everyone, thanks for joining me for today's video. I can hardly believe that we are halfway through the year. Wow. And we have seen a slew of absolutely beautiful fragrance releases this year across many different categories. I want to share with you from my own personal perspective of the ones that I have had the opportunity to try because I haven't been able to keep up with all of the new releases. But I want to share with you what I consider to be the top 10 that I have had the opportunity to try. Before we get started, I want to hear from you of all of the new fragrance releases you've tried. If you've had the opportunity to try any out, what impressed you the most? Let us know down in the comments the name of the fragrance, what it smelled like to you, and why you love it so much. My little crazy self attempted to rank these. That was like torture from number 10 all the way down to number one. Any guesses at what is in the number one category for me? Let us know that down below as well. I will be linking all of these fragrances down in the description box and in the pinned comment if you care to shop through those curated links. Let's go. And please know that I'm having doubts even as I look at this list, one about my ranking and two about the ones that I did not include, but you got to make the cut somewhere. Number 10 is actually a surprise and not one that I have talked about so far. This is only available at Ulta. I just recently had the chance to try it and I was so impressed with it. I couldn't help but put it in this lineup. It is at number 10, likely because I haven't had the chance to do a full wear from the full bottle, but rest assured, one will be at my house soon. This is from the brand Octavia Morgan. It's called Dark Rose, and it has recently started to get some hype on social media. So, look, we've had a lot of rose releases this year. No Fetiche La Rose is not in my lineup, although I think that is wonderful as well. No Empatia is not in my lineup. I think that's fabulous too. No Fleur Majesty Rose Royale, whatever the long name is of the Kayali one, is not in the lineup. I think that's great too. And there have been other rose releases. This is the one that captured my attention because it has an extra edge. It's a very edgy fragrance. And in that sense, the name Dark Rose is just about right. It's been compared to Marc Jacobs Decadence. And I can understand that there's a plum note that is in Marc Jacobs Decadence that is kind of reminiscent of this fragrance as well. This is what I thought Fetiche La Rose would probably smell like. And no shade to that fragrance. That's a fabulous fragrance as well. This is the Femme Fatale Knock 'em Dead Midnight fragrance that's at the back of the lounge. This is the lady in the dark dress with the long flowy hair. She's mysterious. She's got her high heels on. She's got sex appeal for days, confidence galore. No one can tell her anything. It's a floral woody fragrance with just some super sexy touches, even a slight touch of powder. The rose and the plum combination are both dark and fruity and sexy, not in a juicy way. It's almost like a dry, sexy fragrance, but it is so alluring. I would say there's something spicy here and then a woody backdrop that just makes this so midnight alluring. Like it could be rose noir as the name, dark rose, dark noir, same kind of thing, nighttime vibes. Beautiful. Would I wear this during the day? Maybe for like a day date, and maybe when I wanted to knock them dead during the day. But this is great date night, beautiful, sexy. I am intrigued. This is the rose based fragrance that won it for me this year. Bottle wise, I like Empatia's bottle with the ombre effect. I like the Kayali ombre effect. Heck, minus the death weapon on Fetiche La Rose. The actual body of that I love. So this bottle is nothing special, but the fragrance inside makes up for it. This is sexy, dark, alluring, confident rose without shouting. Like it has presence. You will smell it, but it's not overbearing at all. And I think it is absolutely beautiful. Fantastic. Number 10. In the number 9 slot from Jusbox is Sisters Before Misters, a tribute to the Spice Girls. This entire brand, looks like a vinyl record here. This entire brand is about juice. Is about music and it's called Juice Box, like juke box, except it's juice in a little box. If you haven't tried this and you like a unique spin on something that could be a little bit gourmand, give this one a sniff. I enjoy some of the fragrances from this house. My favorite so far is Cheeky Smile, but this is about to knock Cheeky Smile off of its juice box pedestal. What I like about this is it has this juicy, fruity opening and a banana note that is perfumey and ripe and smells almost like a banana milkshake kind of deal that hangs around through a lot of the fragrance experience. From the very opening throughout, you get more strawberry, like a fresh, bright, airy strawberry in the beginning, but that banana note sticks around for me quite a bit. There's a sort of creaminess to this fragrance, even a little bit of powderiness. It has a zinginess from a ginger note, so like a slight hint of fun spiciness. And as it progresses, the middle gets really interesting, almost like musky, with a slight touch of unisex and maybe even a masculine vibe, like very briefly. It's almost 20 minutes in the middle of the experience that smells like that. And then it settles down into this almost sugary, creamy base that has some sandalwood as well, that banana milkshake note. It's not loud and obtrusive, and it definitely doesn't take over the fragrance, but for me, I find it to be noticeable throughout the body of the fragrance, if you will, and I like that about it. So, of all of the banana perfumes that I've tried this year, and there have been a lot of releases that featured a banana note, I feel like this is the best for me. The truest banana that I like, which is a banana that is ripe and sweet, but it does it in a sort of perfumey way where it doesn't smell like a super duper literal stick your nose in banana bunch. And I like the sweetness and the sugary notes. Although I will say this isn't a super heavily gourmand fragrance. There are some floral touches, there are some woody touches that help ground this and keep it from being too dessert-like. And I think it's an interesting, fun release, particularly for this time of year as we're thinking about fun, fruity scents for the summer. Really quite delightful. So this is my number 9. In the number 8 slot is from Michela Mezzetti, Breathe Me. I've talked about this quite a bit. I'll try to keep this one short, and you can see my other videos where I feature this. You can find it in the thumbnail of videos if you're interested in a fuller review. But I love that this smells unique yet nostalgic to me. It does remind me of a fragrance of the past, like from my college years that I can't put my finger on. And so, in that sense, my mind associates very happy things with this. It's supposed to remind you of a seaside drive, I believe, in Tuscany of Italy. It's a flirty, fun, happy, carefree, joyful spring summer scent. There are ozonic notes, notes that remind you of being seaside. There's like a touch of marine air. And what I mean by that is the like fresh air off of a body of water, like a lake or maybe oceanside, nothing super salty or deep into marine territory, but just enough hints of that. There are shampooy facets. There's a beautiful wisteria note, which is one of the key features to me, as well as a poppy note. So there are florals, and it's like a combination of white and purple florals that has just a touch of sweetness. I find this feminine, light, airy, fun. It's like a beautiful feminine breeze with shampooy air, seaside air, and florals in them as well. And I find it delightful. And although it's very nostalgic for me, it also comes across as a unique offering, at least here in 2025, among the others that we have seen. Delightful. Very, very nicely done. In the number 7 slot is Eclectique from Gritti. This is so fun, feminine, flirty, perfect, like perfect for this time of year. Great mix between floral notes and fun floral notes at that, as well as light, bright, fruity notes. There's something juicy and delightful, yet delicate and powdery as well. A little bit demure while being flirty and fun at the same time. It's a lovely mix. If you have tried other gritty fragrances, a lovely mix of Tutu and Tutu Blanc from the brand. It's got the brand's DNA, if you will, with something fruity and a little bit of creaminess from coconut, a slight feminine powderiness to it, as well as non imposing, feminine, pretty florals as well. There's nothing super serious about this fragrance. It's not one that I would recommend for any particular occasion except everyday, pretty girl, feminine energy. That's it. It's feminine energy in a bottle, what I define to be feminine energy. And I can find nothing wrong with this fragrance. It has just enough sweetness, just enough floral touches, a little bit of powderiness, creaminess, and muskiness at the same time. Little tiny bit of woodiness in the base. Super delightful, pretty long wearing, and a crowd pleaser. It is a mass appeal kind of fragrance, Miss Congeniality type of fragrance. Really, really good. So then in the number 6 slot, maybe higher up in my heart, but if I'm being honest about, like, the uniqueness of all these fragrances and how they touched me this year when I tried them, figuratively touched me, of course. This is Flower Bomb Extreme. I am a fan of the original Flower Bomb. This, for me, translates to my nose like a creamy, more vanillic version of the original one on steroids. Like, if I took that fragrance and amped up the florals, added vanilla, and made the patchouli very palatable. It even has, like, I'm smelling it now, has a touch of incensiness from the atomizer here. But gosh, this is so good, very sexy. I joke around sometimes about fragrances being baby makers. Yeah, like those fragrances that will get you into trouble on a night out with your significant other. This might be that kind of fragrance. My husband is enamored with this. He thinks it smells great. So if you liked the original Flower Bomb and wish that it had something a little bit creamier, denser to sort of anchor it, and perhaps had the patchouli aspects of it more toned down, the addition of vanilla in this fragrance is beautiful. Sort of amps this up, modernizes it a little bit. Not that the original Flower Bomb was released 10,000 years ago. I think it was what? I think that fragrance is somewhere between 10 and 15 years old. I want to say 2010, 2012, somewhere in there where that one was released. I'll put the date of the release of the first one up here because I don't remember. But anyway, this, oh, so good. Beautiful. Another feminine bomb of a fragrance, confidence in a bottle, floral, a touch of incense, very creamy, beautiful vanilla in the base, touch of patchouli. Fantastic. Very sexy. Very, very sexy fragrance. Very long lasting, very projecting. The whole room will smell this on you and you're going to smell great. In slot number 5, for me, one of the more interesting and different releases of the year. This is from Sospiro. It is Il Padrino. Now, when I reviewed this last time, the bottle to me, the download that I did of the picture looked a little bit more red. It is not, friends. This is like a chocolatey brown wraparound velvet on this bottle. I think that this is marketed as unisex, although the gentlemen have been really paying attention to this fragrance, I think, more than the ladies have. But for me, this is a squarely unisex, intoxicating concoction of deliciousness. Lots of booziness in the fragrance. Notes include rum and amaretto, patchouli. I feel like this is heavy on the vanilla and the amber. There's sort of a goldenness to this fragrance that keeps it warm and beautiful. Perhaps it would be getting more attention if it was released in the fall or winter in the northern hemisphere. How is this doing in the southern hemisphere where it's currently cold? Are people feeling and vibing with this fragrance? Because I think it is freaking beautiful. It opens a little bit loud, like just the first few seconds where you're like, woo, what kind of party are we about to have here? And as it settles down, the combination of that intoxicating, very gentle booziness alongside these sort of citrus notes that are soft and gentle as well. The citrus is like a gentle player, an intriguing patchouli note, all sit over, like they hover over this beautiful base of an ambery vanilla with sandalwood. I think this is glorious, one that I think would wear well across genders, across ages that were a little bit more mature. I don't think this is a young smelling fragrance. I think this has some body yaddy yaddy and some maturity to it that would suit well to those of us. I don't know. It's hard to put ages to fragrance, but let's just say mid-30s and above, okay? Just to put a number on it. This is mature. This is not playing any games. Il Padrino, which means the Godfather, will be noticed in the room. This is a stately fragrance, maybe even regal in nature. Whoever's wearing this is in the finest of garments tailored directly to them. They've got the finest leather shoes on and this beautiful fragrance to match their outfit and their level of confidence. Hair is perfectly in place, and they walk into the room with confidence and an air of utter sophistication. Il Padrino, beautiful, super long lasting, very unique. Main adjectives: warm, boozy, has a little bit of a sweetness to it, and commandingly cozy and comforting. Commandingly cozy and comforting. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You have to try it. Very unique fragrance. In the number 5 slot, I think this should have a different name. It should have a young woman's modern name. Like, what are we naming young girls today? Like newborn baby girls. Something like that. Some sort of angelic, sweet new name. This is from the House of Beau. It's called Ave Maria. Because when I think of Ave Maria, I think of the song Ave Maria. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da. Okay, I'll stop. The muse for this is Kathleen Lights, who has a channel here on YouTube. She's done makeup and more recently fragrance and everything under the sun. She does a lot of products. One of my favorite channels to watch. Beautiful young girl. Well, young to me. She's in her 30s, I think. Anyway, I go on. And the ad for it has Kathleen Lights as like a fairy above the water, like a muse rising out of the water. I think she's got like a floral crown on and she's got beautiful flowing hair and a flowing dress. And the fragrance here is for me one of the more unique releases of the year. It gives you a little bit of Febreze on the opening, so I just want to warn people that are off put by that. That Febreze lasts for seconds and then it turns into one of the more dewy florals that I've ever smelled. Really unique. I believe it has a pear note or some other fruit note that lends like a sweet crispness to it. Gardenia is one of the primary florals. I believe there are rain or dewy notes or something that sort of makes you think about like a watery presence, like the ad shows, Kathleen above like this lagoon of water. Some people are picking up a wine note, like Merlot in the base. I still, y'all, I've worn this a few times. I've sniffed it a million times. I've spritzed here, there, and everywhere on drive-bys several times. I still don't pick up much of a wine note, if anything at all, nor do I pick up anything leathery, which is another note. And I've got a lot of leather fragrances. It's not really leathery to me. Now, and maybe it is to you, and that's okay if it is. We can have different experiences and they can both be right. For me, this is a watery, beautiful spring floral, almost effervescent in nature. Like there's something that is bubbly about this that floats in the air for me. It for me is like a very contemporary take on watery white florals. I think it's delightful, really beautiful fragrance. Believe there's also a little bit of citrus. None of that stands out to me. I would say dewy florals, something pear-like, a softness to it, like a pillowy, powdery softness to it, while also being dewy and wet in nature, like a humid fragrance. And it's just so pretty. It's just so pretty. It smells how the cap looks. It gives me that sort of sense. I love the ad for it. I think the ad captures the feeling of the fragrance perfectly. And this one has about moderate longevity. It's lasted longer the last few times that I've tried it out versus when I first picked it up. So beautiful, very unique again among the offerings that were released this year. Fantastic. In third place, a recent purchase for me is Nude from Mith Bangkok. Now, this bottle isn't made anymore in the beige tone. They are now putting this fragrance in red bottles. If you have tried both the nude and the red bottle, I'd like to hear from you down in the comments if they are the exact same fragrance. I kind of need to know because whenever this runs out, I'm getting that red bottle, assuming it is the exact same formulation. This I put in a video featuring Luxe Clean fragrances. Those clean smelling, fresh fragrances for hot weather that I think are a step above the rest, super sophisticated. Folks have said that this smells like Nivea lotion. Based on my recollection of Nivea, I get that. It's like the freshest, most creamy lotion smell with perhaps a little violet slash iris backdrop and tons of creaminess. It's a very fresh, clean, creamy smell. And that's kind of all that I can say about it. I mean, I can look up the notes for you, but that's what you get. Creamy and fresh. Maybe musky too is the other thing. Creamy, fresh, a little bit musky. I get more of the clean tones, and it's like a really emollient clean. Like if you have had shower gels that they're designed to be creamy, moisturized first, and they have that sort of luxe lotiony smell to them, this is kind of what that smells like with a touch of musk in the background. Absolutely fabulous. Captured my heart on first sniff. This is a Quentin Biche creation. This is his creation here. In the number two slot, a fragrance that's a little bit rude, like it comes out of the gate trying to fight with you, argue a little bit, and then it tones down and becomes your best friend. This is Jean Paul Gaultier La Belle Flower, the flower edition. And this is limited edition. So if it's even still available, I think it's at Sephora, excuse me, at Ulta. I will link it all below. Get yourself this if you are a peach or apricot lover. This is one of the most exquisite releases of the year. First of all, I love this ceramic bottle with the glass inside to represent, I think, a magnolia. There's a magnolia note in it as well. Y'all, this reminds me of the artist. Is it called? Is he? is it Chiuli that does the glass sculptures, like the glass chandeliers that look like flowers made out of glass, blown glass. That is what this reminds me of. It's so glorious. You know, I love these little body bottles. I think they are so pretty. The keynotes here, apricot, magnolia, osmanthus. There's jasmine, but the jasmine is to me a back player. Osmanthus and apricot are key players. They give you like a peachy vibe, and I just sprayed a little bit. This is not my scent of the day, but I think this is so intoxicating. I went ahead and sprayed a little bit to share with you all that it comes across as a peachy white floral dream of a fragrance. Vanilla and patchouli stand out to me in the base. So if you're a patchouli hater, you may want to skip this. If you don't mind patchouli or you understand that patchouli can add depth and anchor a fragrance alongside the vanilla, this is so gorgeous. It's sweet, it's peachy, it's a little fuzzy, it's white floral, it's everything magnificent. And that vanilla patchouli base, divine, absolute divinity inside of one bottle. Very super duper sexy come hither on the dry down. If people have tried this and aren't talking about it, I don't know why. I don't know why. I bought it on a whim. It was a blind buy and a love. A love. Like I will be sad when this bottle runs out. So good. Super long lasting too. Sprayed this on in the morning. It took me all the way to the late evening. All the way. And projected like nobody's business. Gorgeous. Then, friends, if you've been watching this spring, I carved a new chamber. There was a fifth chamber. Does a heart have four chambers? A fifth chamber of my heart. Hold on. How many chambers does a heart have? Yes, it has four chambers. You ever ask yourself questions like that, or you say something simple like the sky is blue, and you're like, but is it? Is it really blue? And you have to go outside and look. That's what just happened with the heart thing. A fifth chamber of my heart was created when I met this fragrance. I fell deeply in love. It's been super duper hyped with good reason. Number one for me is Printemps Blanc from Maison Mataha. This is the new me in a bottle. Like I always talk about JLo still being my signature scent just because I have such great memories attached to that. Even though it's not the most fascinating fragrance in the universe, it has a special place in my heart. So this has like an honorary mention as a signature scent now because it is how I'm feeling this spring and at this stage of my fragrance life. This is everything in a bottle for me. For me, this is one of the creamiest, fluffiest, most feminine white floral fragrances in all of history. Other people describe this in different ways. It has a grape newt. Ay, Dios mío, a grapefruit an orange blossom opening. So yes, there's a little bit of a citrus touch. Orange blossom is such an interesting note because it has a slight green tinge. People don't really talk about that. It's something I only recently discovered when I had the opportunity to smell an isolated orange blossom note as it's used in perfumery. It also has almost like a honeyed floral nature to it with a green tinge. Beautiful note. Anyway, what shines to me though in this fragrance is this beautiful, delicate, almost marshmallow-like sweet floral touch. It's like a sweet white floral. The base is vanilla and sandalwood. The combination of that is so beautiful. It's like a pillow of sweet wraparound comfort and a little bit of woodiness for depth. Just, oh my God, get your words together, Veronica. Like a splash of depth in the fragrance. The majority of the wearing experience for me is like a marshmallow, cloud-like, sweet, white floral experience that is brightened by whatever the citrus is, the grapefruit or whatever. Beautiful. Other people pick up a prominent tea note. I think if there's a tea, it adds some kind of intrigue. I don't pick up pronounced tea, but I think that tea can add some nuance and just something a little bit extra and interesting. This is for me the most magnificent release of the year. It was instant love. I can't stop thinking about this fragrance and doing drive-by sniffs. It's unfortunately been sold out for a long time. Perhaps by the time I post, it will be available. I'll try to figure out where to link it for you. Gorgeous. I mean, this was the inspiration or one of the inspirations for a video I did about a month ago where I talked about fragrances being like my precious, like from Lord of the Rings. This is my precious. It gives me all the feels. It gives me all the feminine beauty, timeless, no age, neither young nor mature nor anything. Endlessly beautiful feels. Endlessly beautiful. Sweet white floral on a base of vanilla. and just a touch of woodiness for depth and some bright wraparoundness to it. Oh, so good. I hope you enjoyed this top 10 new releases of 2025 mid-year edition. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to let us know your favorite of this year down in the comments. I'd love to hear. See you in the next video. We've got some beautiful summer fragrance videos coming up soon to a channel near you, this channel. See you later, friends. Take care.